Ladies and gentlemen at all, this is Odeco and welcome back to Blueprints. So let's jump back in here. Finished up day one and gonna jump right in. I accidentally started day two and then immediately quit out. So there's we're technically on day three now, but this is my second time playing. I realized it as soon as I clicked the button. I was like, no, it's gonna permanently mess up the numbering, but that's alright. Doesn't seem like it really matters. Yeah, when I was looking at the recording, I realized that like even just wandering out the front door takes away a step, which I did not realize at first. Is this the same? Seems to be the same information. Already checked all that. We still... So we keep all the information we collected about each of the rooms, but... Cool. All right. I have a little more purpose this time. It'll be less like wandering around trying to figure out exactly what I want to be doing. The corridor seems... Now I'm very hesitant to dodge any keys, although I do like that this immediately takes me further. But it seems like the doors aren't like locked very frequently this early on. Also, okay, so I do have a journal this time right here next to me, and it did say on a red note that the doors in the West Wing are more likely to be locked. So if we believe that those red notes are lies, that would mean that we should actually kind of aim for the West Wing, because that means that those are less likely to be locked. And so that is potentially why, because I think on my day one playthrough, I was mostly kind of on the slight west side of it, and I got pretty far before I encountered a locked door, so that does seem to make some amount of sense. You could do parlor again. This also sort of aims us in the right direction. I'm curious if the puzzle will be completely randomized. The gems are on the floor. The gems are in this box. The gems are on the desk. And then there's this. The same rules here. Seems to be the same note. There will always be at least one box which displays only true statements. Okay, so the rules are the same. Take the apple. So, yeah, same rules, but different statements on the actual boxes. Well, then the only one that could possibly be true is white, because, first of all, we know the gems aren't on the desk. We know the gems aren't on the floor, but also it said specifically that one of the boxes has to have a prize in it. So I think it's probably white. I mean, you could hypothetically say like... Yeah, well, we know that the gems aren't on the desk, so we know that's a lie. We can see the gems aren't on the floor, so we know that's a lie. So this one has to be true. There's multiple reasons to think this is the true one. Cool, got it. So I could keep going straight. I kind of want to, like, steps are precious, but they're not that precious. I want to see if I can collect some more consumables off of these doors first. I don't want to, like, leave these till the very end and have to retrace my steps all the way here. The closet was useful. It does sort of close off this area, but I already have a door facing towards the north. I don't know what the utility closet does. Actually, maybe I do know what it does, because when we got the security room, we were able to set it so the key cards were more likely to be unlocked if the power was off. And so I would assume the breaker box is a way to turn off the power, which seems good. But also, fundamental issue I was running into was I was out of items. And the closet does just give me 2 random items, including that key, which seemed really good. I don't know if that'll be the same. So we got gems and we got a coin purse. Okay, so it seems like it's maybe one like specialized item and then one more normal consumable. Now let's check this one out too. Food for sale. Okay, this is our first shop we've seen actually. Yeah, I kind of want to. I mean, I'm closing myself in a little bit, but I do want to get these consumables. Maybe I'm overcorrecting because I was totally missing them last game, and now I'm like, it's the only thing I'm clicking on. But all right, I'm feeling pretty good about at least the keys and gems. So let's try and prioritize having more doors to open up. This is not totally ideal. The pantry's not horrible. Observatory, I'm a little nervous about, like, if I don't get a door to the north on my next room, I'm just kind of done for. Whereas pantry, I have the option of getting a door to the north or to the east. I did like that the observatory, it seems like you get to scale up pretty quickly as you gain more, as you like pick that room more and more, but I'm going to do the pantry. It seems like the same. I wonder if this also, like, picking this room sort of spawns more fruit around the house. That would kind of make sense. It doesn't, like, say that on here or anything, but we did. I guess we weren't. We picked the pantry and we weren't finding like random food everywhere. But we picked the pantry pretty late last game, so maybe it just didn't have much option to spawn more. Okay, what do we want? Yeah, see, this is a good example of this room would have ended, or this selection of rooms would have ended the game if I'd gone the other direction with the observatory. I think I have to do the spare room because these all seal me off. Yeah. That'll be something to learn. Is like how valuable are you have to weigh the value of the consumables versus the value of like being totally hemmed in. Ooh, this is getting dangerous because I probably have to do hallway. Hallway is just chapel but better. I mean chapel's a red room, so maybe you want that sometimes, but in terms of doors, it's like the same doors, but with no negative condition. Guest bedroom would end the game. We gotta do hallway. Is this the same note as last time? Yeah, okay. So, because it's on a red note, we think it's a lie. We're gonna have to do this. I mean, patio seems pretty good for multiple reasons. It will give us more gems as we pick green rooms. And it also is the only one that's facing the right direction. Now, before I go into patio, I'm excited to see that. But I want to do this room first. Three gems. I don't really need that. I think it is... Yeah, definitely time to finally check out this utility closet. Interesting. Endangering toggling of breaker switches may result in unexpected loss of floor plan functionality. Gymnasium, dark room. Garage, cabinet. I'm nervous to mess with these too much, but You know. VAC indicators. I don't know what that means. This is how you turn off valve anti-cheat. Alright, I'm turning this off. Although, if I turn this off and I have a key card and I haven't found the security room yet, that'll make the door inaccessible. But it seems... Yeah, so if I find the security room, I want this off. But if I find a key card, I want it on. Let's do on for now, and then we will have the option to come back here if we need so. Cool. Okay, I have more purpose this time, but I'm worried about just one bad room choice will be enough to end the game for me. Ooh, what's this? Buried below. Occasionally you may find small amounts of dirt in certain rooms of the estate. With a shovel, one may be able to excavate these suspicious dig spots. I definitely saw one of those. I think probably in the garden or the courtyard. Yeah, there's another one. So we need to look for a shovel. In the courtyard last time there was a sledgehammer, and it kind of blended in a little bit with the surroundings since most of the things are not interactable, and that thing was, so I need to keep my eyes peeled there. Chapel is pretty good. Giving 2 doors. I know it's a negative, but I don't want to keep like chaining one room after another. I mean, these are doors facing the right, like they're facing a good direction, but I'm gonna give myself more doors at the cost of a worse room here. Do we want to keep... Let's go this way. Okay, these are good doors. I do like passageway. I mean, it's expensive, but we do have the gems for it, and that'll make me feel better about our hemorrhaging of not having very many doors. Got it. Yeah, something to replenish steps at some point would be nice. But let's do... We have 2 facing up, which is good to see. Let's do this. Okay, this one is locked. We'll come back to that probably. Courtyard, it costs a gem, but it will give us a gem. And it has great doors. I mean, we're pretty sure it'll give us a gem because it said gems are spread around green rooms. Unless they're not. Maybe the gems are buried? Maybe that just means there's a chance there'll be a gem in green rooms? So we do have a locked door here. So if we get the security room, we can probably unlock that, which is nice. This one's also locked. Yeah, let's use our key here. Yeah, the steps I'm a little worried about, although we're not doing too badly. We still have plenty of time to find some way to get more steps. I am curious about this drawing room. I'm assuming this means you can re-roll the floor plans? It has kind of locked me off from going further west, which seems to be better if you're trying to save keys, which I obviously am. Loving the art in here. Big fan of horses and men walking with strange postures. Can relate. Oh, here we go. Drawing floor plans. Each time you click on a door, you will draw 3 floor plans from which you must select one to draft. However, there are some items and rooms that will allow you to redraw if you do not like your initial 3 options. Cool. So does this, what has this phrase? While drafting in this room, you can redraw floor plans. Okay, so it's only, you can re-roll as long as you're standing in this room. That one's locked. Is this one? Okay, cool. I wonder if it is... how limited it is. These aren't terrible options. Den is pretty good. All things considered. It gives me a gem. It's like a shame to not use the redraw option, but I kind of like gem. It's like good doors. Well, I have the coins. I should try and buy something, but oh, I don't even have the gem for that. Yeah, let's do den. I am tempted in this just because like it is nice that it'll always be unlocked. But I'm gonna do den and then grab this guy. Nice. Glad that that's not locked. These are both dead ends. I mean, that's not ideal that it's pointed that direction, but... This one seems like a pretty limited way of drafting steps. Because, like, you have to pay a gem, and then you only get 5 steps when you draft a bedroom. I mean, I haven't drafted a single bedroom yet. I mean, I'm about to, but I don't... Yeah. Let's do this one. We got this again. This seems to be the same. She still has that moon pendant on. I was wondering, we found in the archives, we found the news article, and it had like a picture of a woman who was a children's book author. And I think potentially our mother, I thought that might have been the implication, because she was like, I told stories to my son, and she was the Baron's closest relative, and so if she's our mother, that would make sense. So maybe this is a picture of her. Not sure. Just wild speculation. Had this again. This was also in here last time. I like that statue. It seems like it's broken maybe a little bit, but that doesn't seem to be interactable. Let's see. Interesting. I mean, Darkroom's pretty good. Now, the interesting thing is, I'm probably not going to run all the way back to the utility closet, but we were able to turn off the power to the darkroom, and I don't fully know the implication of that. It's quite the winding path to get back there, unfortunately. Because we would go den, passageway, chapel, patio, hallway, utility closet, so... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then it's like basically costing 11 steps to get all the way back here, although you get +2 when you enter here. So it's like 10 steps to get back here. And I would take a wild guess. I would say turning off the power. This doesn't make 100% sense, but turning off the power probably turns off this effect. So the benefit is you do get to see what rooms you're drafting. The only other one I'm tempted by is the puzzle, because I haven't done it yet. It seems interesting, but let's do this. And Do I want to go forward? Alright, this is a little funny. But let's... Oh, okay, this is locked. I was going to say we could... Oh, interesting. Okay. Yeah, I was going to say if we could try and go down here, and that would at least cut our number of steps that we need to retrace our steps to the utility closet. But since that is clearly a locked door, that is probably not going to work out. I'm going to use the drawing room key. It seems like as good a place as any to use it because we get the reroll. I'm tempted to reroll, although this is a good place to use the corridor. It would get us all the way to the 7th rank and it would be guaranteed to be unlocked. I think I'm going to use the corridor. We're making bold moves here. I did not use either reroll for the drawing room, and I have drafted every door in there. Food for sale. I have gems and I need steps. And both of those lock me out. I guess we're doing kitchen. It does kind of feel like we might be getting close to the end here. But I am curious how these how this works. Plus 5 steps for every red room in the house. I do have enough for that. Okay, so this is, if we get the dining room, this explains what we get for it. Got it. Then is this something different? No, it's the same. Okay, so we have 2 red rooms. So that would give us 10 steps for 5 coins. Not going to buy that yet. Although, unfortunately, if I'm going to go back through the chapel, I need to remember that I need to buy this first. Because the chapel doesn't take anything if you don't have any coins. But if I do have coins, I'm going to lose access to the chapel. And I am going to make a wild guess that this is locked. Yep. Not surprising. So what's the move now? I think the move now is we get our tomato soup, get our 10 steps, and then we trek back to the utility closet. And see if we can get the dark room working. Seems like a... So what do we do here? Drawing room, courtyard, passageway, chapel, patio, hallway, utility closet. And we've managed to circumvent the chapel restriction by being broke. Love to see it. Oh, I did turn the dark room off. I should have remembered that. Silly. I'm going to turn all these off. I mean, I still don't know what that means, but... Okay. Waste a bunch of steps there, but, you know, you live and you learn. So we want to go back to the dark room and see if we can go up. If we can, I think we may have sealed herself in a little bit. Oh, I haven't tried this door yet. Nope. Shoot. Yeah, I wonder what the utility closet does then. But yeah, this may be a bust. I think we probably have to call it a day. Although, actually, hold on. I'm now seeing that I have 1 star. And I did not draft an observatory this session. So it does mean total times you've drafted an observatory. I was thinking it just meant per... Got it. Okay, so that does make that makes some sense. Okay, got it. Interesting. So, yeah, I think we are... this door was locked. I believe this courtyard door was locked. I'll go check that, but I think we are pretty much hemmed in here. Unfortunately. Oh, no, yeah, this was the... And we never found a shovel. All right. Gonna have to call it a day. Give it another shot. Got some good information. What did I do wrong there? I think part of the issue is I really tried to go forward as far as possible. I was really prioritizing anything that let me move forward a rank. But the issue is, like, I had a lot of steps left over at the end. I mean, I was able to make multiple treks back and forth through the house, so I don't need to be... Like, it's not like I was running out of steps. And if you... All of these are just more options to get consumables. Like, as you get forward, it just means the doors are very likely to be locked. So by the end, I had, like, gone forward a lot, but I was then hitting a bunch of locked doors, and I didn't have anything to combat those. So maybe it makes more sense to try and, like... not try and waste all this space around the beginning where it's unlikely to be locked. That seems like something to try. Trying to learn the lesson. Yeah, let's immediately jump into day 4 here. I bet we can do better. I'll check this one more time. If this hasn't changed, I don't need to check it every time. Yeah, I think that's the same. Cool. Okay, so using our newfound knowledge, I have liked the parlor every time. Let's do the parlor. Same rules here. The blue box contains the gems. This box is the black box, a lie. This box is the white box, a lie. So this has to be the truth. So the blue box has the gems. Got it. This closes me off, and I know I just said I didn't want to close off, but I mean, it's pretty early on. It seems like it would be nice to get this so early, but I just don't love the placement of it. It, like, really seals off the whole west side, which is the better side, it seems like. Let's do spare room, and then let's not even go into spare room yet. We know it's there. Yeah, it would be nice if you could back out. I guess it doesn't really matter if it doesn't re-roll the options. It doesn't really help to back out and then just pick later. But let's do this one. Hallway seems pretty good. Same note. And this is the... Ooh, this is a perfect spot for... a closet, I think. Closets have definitely been good so far. A genuine lucky rabbit's foot. Greater chance of finding diamonds. Great to find this early on. Love that. What's this? Maybe a reroll? Single ivory die. While drafting, you may use the die to roll new floor plans. Excellent. Excellent closet. Let's do this one. I think I'm going to do the Nook to try and get a new key. Yep. This helps a little bit with steps, but I think the coins are probably more useful than... Yeah, I mean, this helps, like... This doesn't gain your steps total. It just means that you use fewer steps when you go through this portion of the house. Let's do pantry. Nice. Banana. This, I think we determined was 3. Yep. This is a great den location because the one room without one wall without a door backs up to the edge of the map, and it gives us a gem. It's kind of like just the chapel, but better, unless we're trying to get red rooms. All right, let's try and go this way. At first, I kind of thought there was no point to the loops, but actually it kind of does help to get loops just because it means that you get easier ways to get around. I mean, it's not the end of the world if we can't get it, but so let's just go forward. Let's do this first because this is like a less useful door. So let's see what we get here first. This might be a good place to get the breaker box, although we really like it did not appear to be very useful last time. Corridor is not terrible either. Let's get breaker box. We'll regret not getting it if we find the security room. Yeah, I just don't know what any of this means. I kind of want to flip them all to off again. I mean, darkroom flipping to off didn't seem to do anything, so let's keep darkroom on and those two off. Just, I don't know. Just want to figure out what it does. So the question is, should I keep pushing forward here, or should I go back before I get too far along and try these doors? Kind of want to go back and try those doors before I get too far. It's like I'm gonna want to fill those doors at some point, and the further I get, just the more steps it's gonna take. So should probably do it now. It's a decent storeroom. Since I already have 2 more doors. I mean, it's not like the best place in the world to put a storeroom, but I already have 2 more doors facing north. Let's do the storeroom. Feeling all right with keys. Let's do this spare room. Yeah, definitely. I would like some way to replenish my steps here. That's a good drafting room. Yeah, let's do drafting room. Now we're getting the opposite issue where as I go forward, I'm getting further away from the courtyard. Let's do a redraw here. I don't love any of those. The patio I'm a little mad at because it spread gems in each green room. It must have been buried. I kind of want to do dark room because it interacts somehow with the utility closet. We just don't understand how yet. Dining room is a little optimistic. I think we're going to get to rank 8. I mean, we're going to do it. We got to think positively. Let's do the dark room. I want to know what's going on with the dark room. Has the locked door there. Okay, well, we're going to get the one without a gem requirement. Not paying gems for that. Oh, the chapel. Should we go through? Should we pay the coins? Let's not. The strategy of trying to go through the chapel once you've already spent your coins seems to be a good one. This is a great place for this bedroom. I know I have a reroll, but I like the... Yeah, let's do it, because it'll save us some steps as we move around. And it lets us kind of... I'm not the biggest fan of any of these. To be honest. Although dining room's all right. It does, the problem with dining room is that it does mean all our hopes are on, well, that's going to be the case with any of these unless we use our reroll. Because if we click this and then the door to the east of the dining room, or the room to the east of the dining room we don't have any options with the door pointing north, then the game's over. Because we don't have any way to get through that locked door in the dark room, and we don't have any other doors pointing up. So I think it might be worth using a redraw here. Actually, you know what? I'll use the redraw if I can't move up after going through the dining room. That makes more sense. That would be a smarter time to use it, I think. So first, let's do this. Yeah, this is a great time to do the observatory. Get a permanent star boost, which is nice. Oh, and it's already pointed the right direction. Pair of chests have been added to the entrance hall. I wonder if that is permanent. It's interesting. Because the stars are permanent. But I don't get the +1 gold. I don't think. Am I wrong? Did I get the +1 gold? No, because I still have 5. Interesting. So the consumable buffs are just the single time that you use them. But the star increase is permanent. So maybe like Southern Cross seems like a really good buff. I wonder if when you get this one, you really got to take benefit of it, because you're not going to get it again in the future. Very interesting. Oh, cool. Missed that. need to... I've gotten a little too comfortable, like, just blowing through rooms that I've seen before, but I need to make sure there's not items lying around like that. All right, so here's the moment of truth. Oh, that's a shame, because security room is great, but we would be... Yeah, with the security room and the breaker box. Although that is a good point. If we get the security room, we can use the breaker box in the utility closet to then move through the dark room. So we're not totally doomed if we take this. I kind of want to do it. Oh, maybe I found the coin person here because I have the lucky rabbit's foot. Actually, that makes sense. The magic security room without a camera in here. I'm curious. So there's like a vault. There's a wine cellar. There's some sort of library, looks like. Music room. That's the Nook. We've seen that one. That looks like a hallway. Not sure. Security room. A museum. A lot of these we have not seen yet. Nursery. I have not picked the nursery. I probably need to do better, because if I had picked the nursery early on, I would have a lot more steps than I have right now and feel better about my steps. Is this another museum of some sort? Or like a movie theater? That's another... It's the same Nook. That's funny. Different shot of the Nook. Archives. We've seen that one. Vault. Same shot of the vault. Another angle for the music room. A pool. I wonder if you could... It seems pretty scratched out, but like... You could maybe recognize some of these. That's definitely an S. That maybe is an N. U. I'm not sure. I don't know if we know any words that... Where do we want to go? Okay, so we wanted to do this. Wanted to turn off the so we wanted to set the security level to low. I will say, because we have the... Let me reread. Okay. Amount of keycard security doors that will be deployed in your estate. And then... if the power is lost. So... is maybe you want to set the security high if you have the closet, because you could turn off the power and then get access to them, and they can't be locked with like a normal door. Does that make sense? I don't really know if it works that way. I don't think we have the password here, unfortunately. The metal detector, I don't know what that is. There are 3 trunks. Well, 2 were added to the entranceway. Does that mean we missed a trunk? Maybe it was buried? Or maybe I'm blind? One of the 2. Alright, let's go to the security, or the breaker block box. Oh, there we go. It was that I'm blind. If it's a locked trunk, will this use a key? Yeah, I'm not going to use a valuable key quite yet. Okay, all these are set to off. Oh, keycard entry system set to off. I think we want higher security if the keycard entry system is set to off. Is that crazy? I don't fully get, because the keycard is in the dark room, so I don't know if turning the keycard entry system switch turns off the power of the dark room or turning out the dark room switch turns off power to the dark room. That's the only thing that's giving me pause. Oh, wait. That's new. Greater chance of finding... That's pretty good. Alright, this is a little crazy, but because we have a greater chance of finding keys, I'm going to open this. Compass. Draw floor plans leading north more frequently. Love that. And then... a map of some sort. Okay. So this is... So we want to rank this pit trail starts rank 5 and then goes up to rank 8, and there's a treasure there. So it starts here and then goes so does that mean we want to try and get a path that leads that way? It's interesting. That's actually, I think this is the kind of thing I should be noting down in my journal that it so helpfully told me to grab. So let me draw that really quick. Yeah, the one thing I don't know is, do we have to enter that first square in rank 5 from the south? Because it looks like the dotted line comes from the south, and if we do, then I may have missed my chance of doing it this run, because I already have a room there. It does not have a door pointing up, but if we don't have to enter from the south, then I think we're okay. Sketching out the path here. Got it. Okay. Let's do it. Yeah, we are definitely getting low on steps. That's the one thing. All right, I'm going to make the bold decision of putting security higher because I think the doors will be unlocked when we come to them, which will make it easier. That also explains why you would ever want to make this the security higher. Because otherwise it doesn't really make sense. Like, why would that be an option? I don't think we're going to have a monster chasing us at any point where we'll like have to frantically be messing with security doors. Got it. So we want to go dining room, bedroom, drawing room, dark room. Cool. That was a good chest, actually. That was a good use of a key, I think. Nice. Unfortunately, we can't see anything. This is tough because if it's not facing upwards, we're doomed. We're gonna have to really trust the compass here. Let's. Come on, compass. Oh, shoot. Nope. Didn't get it. That's a bummer. At least we can try and do this puzzle. I was curious about this. Do we have any... Yeah, we're doomed. We don't have anything going up. I trusted the compass. Blue... I don't remember how the dartboard works. Is this space double the outer? So is this 8? Is it something like that? Maybe it's triple. I forget how this works. 4. Oh, do we have to... Okay. 3 and 14. Does that mean we have to hit... Oh, there is no 17. Oh, wait, there is. Unfortunately. Maybe there's a hint in here of how billiards works. Or not billiards, darts. We're in the billiards room. Are any of these interactable? Hmm. 1810. Maybe yellow is subtract. Maybe it's like 10 minus 8 or 18. 12 minus 5, 7. Two times 5, 10. Do we think red is multiply? Times 3 minus 11. So I don't know what the order of operations would be here, but 15 minus... I've really guessed it here. So this will be 4 times 3, 12. I'm like... I'm just guessing the only... Oh, might have been right about that. It's a shame. That also I would have... Well, the dark room wasn't even locked. I don't even know. I don't know how we were... I guess, like, with the limited answers possible, each color had to be a pretty specific operation. Anything back here? That's a shame. The key is good. We were doing well this one, but I think we've hit another dead end, unfortunately. I'm loving this game though. I feel like I'm like getting better at making choices, but yeah, the limitations on the rooms are the part where I keep like locking myself in a little bit. I think part of what maybe was so beneficial that first game where we got pretty far in was because we were on the west side, and so just like went really far without hitting a locked door. So maybe that's something to try and recreate as well, is kind of stick to the left side as we're going upwards. Because both games since then, I've mostly been on the east side when I've been going north, and it's, I think, is limited my options. But I think we're going to have to, well, yeah, I was going to say we're going to have to call this a day. Let's go back and check out the chests that were added to the entryway. I do hope that's a permanent upgrade. That would be a shame to get those added and then like not be able to use them because this session's already done. Are these always locked? Yeah. Shame. Oh my gosh. Well, we're rich. But not much we can do. I wondered if that was something I could unlock with a key, because I remembered it was locked when I first tried it. I don't know if I ever tried going out here. Was this open? I feel like this was not open. Okay, this doesn't seem to open at all. This is interesting. Oh, is this where I'm staying? Is this where my character lives? Because he's not allowed to sleep in the house. It's funny. The campsite. Oh yeah. Due to the rules set forth in your great uncle's will, you'll not be able to stay in the estate overnight. Luckily, however, your scouting skills have been put to good use to fabricate a very respectable off-site sleeping quarters. My guy really is a nerd. Out here camping. Nerd activity. There are lots of little puzzles out here. Interesting. It's like an orchard of some sort. It's kind of fun. I'm a fan of this where like the more constrained, like obvious puzzles in the house, but then there's all this extra stuff out here that you can mess around with. And maybe at some point we'll have more revealed about it. All right, but I think we're doomed for this one. So, gotta call it. But anyway, thanks for checking out Blueprints with me. I'll call this episode here, and we'll keep going. I feel like we're making some good progress. We're like learning new things each time we play. So that's good. And you know, one of these days we'll get as far as we got day one. But appreciate it. Appreciate a like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. I'm gonna keep forging forward. So thanks a lot.